Hello, Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia and this is TransurfingTV. And today, watching yourself. Ooh, how scary. Oh my God, if somebody would have told me to do this, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, to watch myself, to watch my thoughts, I think I would have been like, you're a freak and I'm not doing that. Because this isn't for the faint of heart, right? Human beings are weird and scary sometimes. The things that go on in our minds, the patterns that we get into, the habitual thought, processes and all those things, it can be a lot to sift through. But understanding yourself, understanding your emotions, understanding, again, your patterns, and where it is you're working from, what is inspiring you to act, what's motivating you, right? Either positive or negative. Like today, are you motivated to act from the positive things that are going on internally, or are you motivated in a negative way? I know that sounds kind of weird, but are you maybe acting in a negative way because of some lack of awareness, lack of understanding, lower emotional state that you haven't pinpointed, and you're just kind of like existing and acting from a space that there's a lot of ambiguity about? Right, so this sort of solves the ambiguity question with ourselves. I mean, we're complex, right? We're incredibly complicated, complex beings, and really just watching yourself, watching your thoughts and actions, watching your patterns, watching your state of emotion, and doing this from a place, and I will get into it more in a moment, but doing this from a place of not being judgmental or not trying to alter anything, letting you do you, and then just being aware to watch yourself in your daily reality. Maybe you do this in the morning, maybe you do it all day for a day. Just kind of watch yourself and observe and gain a deeper understanding of where it is you're working from, why you do what you do, where things maybe go off, right? Where you start to induce, why you start to induce, how you respond, right? Your responsiveness to your reality, all that kind of stuff. Before I get started, remember to like this video and comment below. My world is taking care of me to enter my daily giveaway for my reprogramming stickers, Reality 2.0 on Teachable, down below. Check it out. And join us on Facebook, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. So this is something that I've been doing lately. I think this video is going to come out after my video, Move Through That Motherfucker. If you missed that one, it's kind of in line with that. I realized at a certain point that I was going through some painful experiences. So instead of responding or acting out of those painful experiences or painful circumstances, which is what my old modus operandi was, I decided that I was just going to observe. I was just going to watch myself. I wasn't going to try to alter anything. I wasn't going to judge myself. I wasn't going to try to do anything with what I was feeling. I was just going to allow myself to move through it and observe the process. And in observing the process, I kind of like debunked a bunch of stuff that I believed to be true. Like, oh, I can't do it. I can't get through this pain. Well, when I just stopped and observed the situation and didn't try to act or manipulate anything or control anything, I actually saw myself just moving through pretty easily. Yeah, it was a little tough at times emotionally, but you get through it to the other side, right? Or whatever challenge you're experiencing, instead of altering what you're doing or what you're thinking to try to either overcome the challenge or to back away from it because it's too scary or whatever it is, just stop and observe and watch yourself and see what happens. It's so weird and it's so powerful. It's almost like you've created a maze for yourself with whatever it is you're going through in life, and it going through that maze is like you trying to control or steer away from or whatever. But when you just stop and observe, the walls of that maze dissolve, and suddenly you're just like going through that space without any friction or other sort of negative emotions that accompany trying to control, I guess is the best way for me to put it. I'll sum it up a little bit better than that. So first, what I've been doing is I've been setting the intention to see myself, right? I want to see what's making me tick. I want to see what is motivating me. I want to see what's causing me again to start to go into an induced transition, and to allow myself that movement through that space, again, without trying to stop or control or alter anything, to just watch and see exactly what is the case with me. Because, you know, in Reality Transurfing, we talk a lot about seeing reality, right? We talk a lot about understanding, let's say, pendulums or guiding signs, really being able to decipher what is going on externally through these concepts. This is the internal transurfing part, right? Really seeing what is up, right? What is up, and again, letting it play out so you're not artificially trying to do anything that, again, is kind of like, if the alternatives flow is external, then this is the alternatives flow that's internal, if that makes sense. And letting yourself just move through those spaces without any judgment, any, altercation, any altering, just letting it happen with the intention that you are going to observe for a purpose. You are going to then learn more about yourself, and then you take action, and then you diagnose what it is you need to do a little bit differently, or how you can approach yourself, or alter some thought patterns. But first, before anything, you've got to watch yourself so you can get a proper assessment, right? So set the intention to see yourself. In the morning now, when I go for my run, I start running and I ask myself, how are you feeling today, right? How are you feeling today? And I don't try to talk myself out of anything. Oh, I feel shitty. Oh, I feel, some negative emotion about something. Whatever, just letting myself feel that thing and observing it, rather than me trying to do something with it right now. And in doing this and really just letting myself feel and observing it from almost like, a third party perspective, I'm able to cycle through whatever that state of being is pretty quickly. And then it's like, I'm on with my day. I've done my assessment. I'm on with my day, and I don't carry a bunch of weird frequency stuff into the rest of my day. So one of the points I want to make here is to not overly identify. This is a big one. I talk a lot about identification in my Tufty seminar that's on Reality 2.0. And a lot of it is about identifying, being careful of identifying, overtly identifying with stuff externally, right? That's the outer screen. But there's also another side to that, and that's identifying overtly with the inner screen, right? So saying to yourself, I feel crappy, and then you, instead of just observing that feeling and observing that state of being and that emotion for what it is and just letting yourself cycle through it, identifying with it in a way where you kind of fuse to it, and then the rest of your day you feel crappy because you've overly identified with that state of being. You're like, instead of this is just a thing that I'm experiencing right now, it's almost like you solidify it and you're like, this is how I feel and this sucks, and you fuse to that state of being, and then you take that into your future frames with you, if that makes sense. This is kind of how I feel about myself with my emotions. If I just watch and just let this thing cycle through, then I'm on to the next frame. If I overly identify like, oh God, this sucks, and I'm in a really bad mood, and reality isn't that nice right now, and I identify overtly, then I kind of like crystallize that state of being, and that becomes my reality for the day. So instead I just watch myself and I just let myself move through it, if that makes sense. So watch your thoughts and actions today or tomorrow. Set the intention to see yourself and watch your thoughts and actions, and don't try to do anything. Don't judge, don't alter, don't try to, oh, this is negative thinking and I've got to be positive thinking. Just really let yourself see what it is you're experiencing, what your state of being is, what your emotions are. And in that, you can start to really decipher, if you will, what is just sort of circumstantial stuff that's playing out, or maybe what is a pattern? What is a pattern that maybe is keeping you resonating at a low frequency? And it's in this, watching yourself, that you can see these patterns, and then you can make a move after that to sort of start to, renovate that pattern. But first you've got to be able to see it. So a few questions here to ask yourself when you are in the state of watching your thoughts, watching yourself, watching your actions. What is motivating you? Okay, so are you couch locked in your reality right now? Are you unemployed because of, COVID, and you're just kind of like, oh, well, it's another day, and you're not getting much done. You're not taking action. You're not taking the initiative. Are you motivated by boredom? Are you motivated by fear? Are you, and I know this is kind of weird because I'm and talking about motivation and then a negative state of being, but a lot of times that's the case, right? We have these negative emotional patterns, and then we're motivated by them, right? Like, I'm fearful of this, so I'm going to stay away from it, or I'm not going to do that thing. Whatever it is, you can be motivated in ways that are detrimental to you and your reality, against your intentions, and watch that. And I know this might sound a little bit confusing right now, but once you get into watching yourself, you can start to see what is motivating you exactly. And a lot of times it's limiting beliefs and that security in that comfort zone, right? Demotivating you rather. That's probably the better way to say it. What is habitual or a pattern? This is what it boils down to for me, especially with train of thought. When I watch myself, when I just observe and I don't alter and I don't judge, I can see that I have certain habitual thought patterns, and then after I can see these with clarity, with lucidity, with awareness, then I have the ability to counteract them, right? Hey, this is your pattern, and there's a new program now, right? Hey, this is your pattern, and there's a new program now. So what is restrictive or limiting? in the morning when I've been going out for a run and I'm watching myself and I'm watching my thoughts, a lot of times I'll find myself saying, oh God, you got so much stuff to do today. You don't have enough time. You don't have enough time, or something like that. And then I stop myself and I say, okay, that's not going to help you, right? Let go of the importance with time. Let go of the over addressing the fact that you've got a full schedule. Just move through your day and see if that's feeling less restrictive or limiting, rather than me telling myself, oh, I gotta stay on schedule, I got so much stuff, oh, I don't have enough time. And it's in doing this that there's, in my opinion, an extreme amount of energetic loss, right? So this is about me watching what thoughts are not serving me or my intentions, and pinpointing what is restrictive or limiting, and then just calling that out. So as that sort of starts to, again, unfold during my day, then I can stop myself and be like, okay, we've talked about this, right? We've talked about this. So what is connecting you with more? When I watch myself in the morning, watch my thoughts in the morning, as I feel things that are really pertinent to me creating my own reality, ideas, positive thoughts about myself, positive thoughts about my reality, that's kind of what I adhere to, right? That's what I choose to hold on to. And in this, I sort of unlock that door for more happening in my day, right? This is me taking the good and sort of just overriding what is not serving me. That's kind of the easiest way to put it. And I know I talk about not overly identifying with certain things. This even goes for the positive, right? So what's connecting me with more, all those positive thoughts I have for my day, for myself, higher self thoughts, higher life track thoughts, all that good stuff, to not put too much emphasis or importance on it, because I don't want to create excess potential, invite imbalancing forces, all that kind of stuff. I just really want to be in a state of flow, doing what I need to do in my day, being effective, and then also at the same time paying attention to what my mind is doing, what patterns I'm involved in, what quality of thinking that I have going, and just paying attention to it. Paying attention, bringing your awareness to the thing is half the battle. And this is why watching yourself is so valuable. Because once you see it, then it's like 90% of the work is done. In my opinion, it's the seeing yourself first that's the challenging part for most people. Most people don't want to look at themselves, right? And most people definitely don't want to look at dysfunction, negative thought patterns, all that kind of stuff. But just setting the intention to watch yourself, not judging, not trying to alter, and letting yourself observe what you're doing naturally, then you can get to a place where you can make an assessment on what steps you need to take next, right? This is kind of the way that I see it. So I know this one's a little bit obscure. It's not going to be for everybody, but let me know your thoughts. Are you overly identifying with negative thinking? Are you sort of confused of why you're thinking what and what's going on with your mind and why you're emotional? This is a big part of, just kind of becoming emotionally stable, is watching yourself and understanding where your emotions are stemming from, why you're having these emotions, letting yourself feel the stuff, not trying to alter it, letting yourself move through those emotions so you can get to the other side easily and get on with your life, right? So again, let me know your thoughts, like, subscribe, check out the links, and thank you so much for watching my video, everyone. Bye.